Good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. We crave few things as deeply as we crave self-expression. Deep within the force, sometimes referred to as the eros that makes us restless and dissatisfied, lies the incurable need to express ourselves. The need to be known, to be recognized, to be understood, and to be seen by others, as unique and as having deep, deep riches inside of us. Self-expression, being known and being experienced in our depth, is vital to living and to loving. A heart which is unknown, unappreciated in its depth, and lacking in meaningful self-expression is always a restless and frustrated heart. It is normally, too, a competitive and bitter one. But meaningful self-expression is difficult, and full self-expression is nigh impossible. In the end, all of us live in obscurity, unknown and frustrated. Our lives are always smaller than our needs and our dreams. Ultimately, we all live in small towns, no matter where we live. And save for a few brief moments of satisfaction, spend most of our lives waiting for a fuller moment to come, waiting for a time when we will be less hidden, when we will be more seen. From this frustration stems a tremendous restlessness and dissatisfaction. Each of us would like to be possibly a famous author, or a graceful dancer, or an admired athlete, or a movie star, or a cover girl, or a renowned scholar, or the winner of the Nobel Prize, or a household name. But in the end, each of us is just another unknown, living with other unknowns, collecting an occasional autograph. Our lives always seem too small for us. We sense ourselves as extraordinary people living very ordinary lives. And because of this sense of obscurity, we are seldom satisfied, easeful, and happy with our lives. There is always too much still inside of us that wants expression, that needs recognition, that feels that something very precious, unique, and rich is living and dying in futility. And in truth, seen only from the perspective of this world, much that is precious, unique, and rich is living and dying in futility. Only a rare few achieve meaningful self-expression. And there is a certain martyrdom in this. Iris Murdoch once said, "Art has its martyrs, not the least of which are those who have preserved their silence." Lack of self-expression, whether chosen or imposed by circumstances, is a real death. But like all death, however, it can be paschal or terminal. If merely accepted as inevitable, it leads to bitterness and a broken spirit. If linked to the paschal mystery of Christ, if it is seen as an opportunity to enter the hidden life of Christ, it leads to a new ease in life, to restfulness, and it lays the axe to the root of our competitiveness, our anger and our bitterness. Today, we are called as Christians to the martyrdom of obscurity. Christianity always invites its adherents to martyrdom. To be a follower of Christ demands that one lay down one's life, and this can take various forms. For Jesus and his apostles, and for many early Christians during the times of persecution, martyrdom meant physical death. They had to give up the possibilities that this life offered in order to remain true to a more distant possibility, permanent intimacy with God and each other. In dying, they entered the hidden life of Christ. That type of martyrdom is still being asked of in Christians in many parts of the world. But in North America and Western Europe, and parts of Africa, however, at least many of us experience a different kind of martyrdom. Our culture persecutes its Christians now in a much more different manner. Affluence and leisure have created a higher psychic temperature. These have focused us on interpersonal, sexual, artistic, athletic, and scientific achievement. In a word, they have focused us on self-expression. In our culture, meaningful self-expression is everything, and the lack of it is death. Yet it is this death that paschally we must enter. Not that we should, in the name of the gospel, be uncreative, unresourceful, phlegmatic, or stoic underachievers, but we should, in the name of the gospel, enter the hidden life of Christ within which that current of eros, that force which drives us mercilessly towards self-expression, can be more properly channeled, so that we do not go through life unhealthily competitive, bitter, angry, hopeless, restless, and not at ease, and basically unhappy because we are ordinary and obscure. Only when we enter the martyrdom of obscurity will our ordinary lives be enough. Thomas Merton, after several years in the hermitage, wrote, "It is enough to be in an ordinary human mode. I must learn to live so as gradually to forget program and artifice." Ordinary life can be enough for us, but only if we first undergo the martyrdom of obscurity and enter Christ's hidden life. It's not easy, however. In many ways, it's easier to sacrifice life itself than to sacrifice dreams. And so today, see what it's like to just be content with the ordinariness of living. Let that be the richness of the day. Amen.